Okay, we are here with David Sheftell. Sheftell? Did I get that
Sheftell.
right?
Sheftell.
Sheftell. Sheftell.
Close. All good. It's like telling the chef what you want to eat. Sheftell.
No, it's like when I tell people my name is like kidney.
Right?
Um, uh, so talk to me about Willy's Wonderland. What's the story? And give me the pitch.
So picture, if you will, a lone drifter, Nicolas Cage. His car breaks down in the small town of Hayesville, and they can't seem to fix it because he doesn't have any cash. But he can earn the cash if he stays for the night in a Chuck E. Cheese style esque Willy's Wonderland. And
Mm.
if he fixes it up for the night, his car will be fixed. But something goes awry when the animatronics come to life, who may or may not be possessed by demons.
Something goes terribly wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's expected to fix everything in one night.
One night. If he can clean it all up in one night, he gets his car fixed.
Huh. Interesting.
As you'll see in the
So
film, he works pretty diligently.
he does. So where does your character come in then?
So I play the character of Deputy Evan Olsen and Deputy Sheriff Evan Olsen, and I'm brought in for one night by the town sheriff, which is played remarkably by Beth Grant from No Country for Old Men and Child's Play 2.
She's
She's
so good.
wonderful, by the way.
She's so amazing.
She's a force to be reckoned with on film, and she is just such a nice person. We became friends afterwards. I've had lunch at her house, played with her dogs. Like, we became really good friends after this film. It's been lovely. And so her character calls me in for the night, as just as backup, just in case. And we think it's going to be a very quiet night, and the phone won't ring. Unfortunately, phone rings and all hell breaks loose.
And next thing you know, yeah, talk to me about. You see, okay, full disclosure, I haven't had a chance to see the film yet, but talk to me about your scenes with Beth, and because she's one of my favorites, and also did you have any scenes with Nicolas Cage? So let's first talk about Beth.
Yes. Well, so Beth, like I said, is amazing to work with. I was sort of pinching myself that I got to be in scenes with her. So a lot of my scenes are with Beth, and we worked on one scene, and then we both had a break and had to fly back to LA. And she said, "Hey, I want to work on this second scene. Come to my house. I'll make you lunch." And it was sort of an actor's dream come true that
Is
your
she a good
co-star.
cook?
She's an amazing cook. We had
Okay.
the best lunch. Her husband helped was there, and we were hanging out. So Michael was there working with us, and then I got to meet her daughter Mary, and yeah, it was unbelievable. And we just had so much fun, and we would come up with ideas, and it was sort of this horror version of Andy Griffith and Barney Fife working opposite each other. So we had just a blast. And then yeah, I get to be in a scene with Nicolas Cage, which is awesome. He's the coolest guy. Couldn't have been nicer, couldn't have been more collaborative. And scary part is that my character has to tie him up with a zip tie. And all I could think was, oof, this is Cameron Poe from Con Air. Do not mess with this man. I got to make this look believable, but he was awesome.
Oh my God, that's super cool. So like, what's it like seeing him switch from, "Hey, I'm a nice guy," to total manic Cage?
It's unbelievable because it is like a switch goes on. Like, he's so cool. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get. He's so excited to work. He's so happy to play with the other actors, and then he goes into the mode. So I mean, I have to say, working with Beth Grant, with Nicolas Cage, even my other co-star Emily Tosta, who I had a great scenes with, I stole from all of them. Mental notes. I was like, oh, for the next thing, steal. So you steal from the greats, and I was lucky enough to work with a lot of greats on this film.
Well, I say maybe borrow, be inspired by.
Yeah.
We don't want to steal.
Good people borrow, great steal. Remember that. That's the
only thing. Yeah. So, question: if you were trapped in Willy's Wonderland in real life,
yep.
Okay, what would be your plan to survive?
My plan to probably hide as best I can either in the ball pit, or I would find something and somewhere that I could hide, because I think I would be killed almost immediately. I don't think I have the survival skills to make it out alive. A lot of bargaining would be going on. Listen, here's what I think we should do, guys. Let's not, and then probably, boom, head chopped off.
Well, yeah. I can't even imagine how creepy it would be skulking around a haunted kids pizza palace. Ugh. I mean,
For a guy who grew up going to a lot of them and having a great time, that made me definitely want to be a part of this because like, ooh, what a creepy idea.
well, so how did you get started in the industry? Let's talk a little bit about that one.
So, I grew up playing sports. I was in basketball and volleyball, and I was in a volleyball game and in high school, and I got the winning point, and I did a victory dance that I think lasted a little bit too long, and that's when I got called in by the head of the theater department the next day, and she goes, "I was at the game. I saw your little dance. You're a ham. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this show. It's called Bye Bye Birdie." And Birdie is the titular character. He's like Elvis Presley. I want you to be Birdie. If you say no, though, I'm going to have to do a different show because you're the guy. And I went, "Oh my gosh, I'm so flattered." So I
So
said to her, yeah,
she picked the show based on you.
she picked the show based on me. So, and I was going, I've never done this before. And she goes, "I know you can do this. I can get this done. You watch. I will direct you and we will make an actor of you." And I said, "Okay, but what do I do? I'm playing sports still." She goes, "Here's the great thing. There's a half-hour difference between practice and rehearsal. I'll have someone stand in for you. You go to all your practices, all your games, and then you come to the last half hour of rehearsal." I said, "Great deal." I told my coach, he said, "As long as it doesn't interrupt, done." So I was going back and forth, back and forth.
Wow.
Finally, the coach stopped putting me in the games. And when I asked him why, he said, "Oh, because you decided to be in the musical." So I went, "But I told you about it." And he goes, "Nope, you got to choose." So I went to my parents and they said, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "Well, in sports, they make you run, they yell at you, nobody's happy. In acting, beautiful girls, everybody tells you you're brilliant, and this is the most fun I could ever have." I said, "I think I know what I want to do." And my parents said, "Great, go tell this coach to go screw himself." And when your parents say that, you're like, "Yeah, I'll run to tell him
You're
that."
like, all right,
Here we
all
go.
right.
Listen here. So, yeah, so my parents, they've been the biggest supporters and champions of my acting career from the very conception of it. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was a
And
blast.
especially you know, as an actor and in this industry, it's to have that support. Usually parents like go, "Oh my God," you know. So
I mean, I'm sure every parent would love a doctor, a lawyer, or an accountant, and I'm sure my parents at some point did too. But once I said, "Hey, look, I'm gonna do this acting thing," I studied theater in college at Pepperdine. I was in 11 shows in the 4 years I was there. I got to go to Edinburgh and be in the Fringe Festival. So this is my
oh,
life
that's
that I
awesome.
love to do. Yeah, it's a blast.
Yeah, some friends of mine, I don't know if you know Zombie Joe's Underground Theater,
A little
but
bit, yeah, yeah.
yeah, they actually took their show to Edinburgh too,
Oh, how cool! Yeah,
and
that
they
is
said it
one of
was
the most
just
fun.
life changing.
It
Yeah,
is life changing. Yeah, that's an experience, and the people that you're in the show with, that's an experience that you only experience with those people, and you're like, this
yeah.
is a once in a lifetime type of thing. It's amazing.
Well, what do you have coming up now that Willy's Wonderland it's out, it's available now on VOD, and so what do you have coming up?
So right now, I'm actually on a show on Facebook Watch. It's called Rival Peak. It's with Will Wheaton, and it's a video game, kind of like The Sims, that people can go to Facebook right now and play live. And basically, by the characters that they play, I'm one of the characters. I play an Australian sort of larrikin type. His name is Christopher, and his spiritual name though is Sabun, which means soap, which he didn't realize until after he got the spiritual name. But basically, you can play as our characters and build up our points. And it's like a reality show for these characters in the Sim style game, kind of like Lost meets Survivor. So we're trying to get to the top of Rival Peak. Our characters could win $10 million, but all of this crazy supernatural stuff keeps happening. And then Will Wheaton interacts with our characters every week in the after show called Rival Speak. So you can go watch. We're about 9 weeks into into our 12-week run. My character is one of the final four right now, so I hope people will go
Hey,
play as him. And,
congrats.
hopefully, old Soap can get his $10 million. So that'd be great.
That'd be awesome, but I think his name is pronounced Wilfrieden.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
So, I just had to check you on that. Anyway,
Please.
well, listen, uh, that I mean, I'm interested to see Willy's Wonderland. Can't wait to see it, and yeah, that's all I got. And everybody, go watch the Facebook show too, and let's cheer for Soap.
Here for soap. That's what I say. Yeah, if you can
That's
watch Willy's Wonderland, it's out right now on VOD. So please go watch a film. We worked really, really hard on it, so I appreciate it.
awesome. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you, Norm.
Sheftell. David Sheftell.
That's me.